Okay, Tai Tuivasa live and direct from Las Vegas. First of all, what a great combination that is. Tai Tuivasa in Las Vegas. What could possibly go wrong, eh?
Not much, I don't reckon.
Tell me, when do you start kind of planning the after party? How close to the fight, or how far ahead of time do you start thinking about that?
Oh, that's. I think about that way before the fight.
Does it make it easier to accept a fight if someone's like, oh, we got a fight lined up for you, and you're like, well, where's it going to be? They say Vegas, straight on the plane.
Done. Sign me up.
I'm not asking for any home secrets here or asking to get anybody in trouble, but could you for our viewers here just explain what a night out is like for a UFC fighter after a fight? Like what's the actual process here? How quickly can you go from the octagon to in a bar?
Depends really. Sometimes you might get caught up after, and you got to do all the media and photos and this and all that. And sometimes it takes hours, and you hit like 1 o'clock, and you're like, I'm wrecked. Like, but usually the buzz will get you through and hold you on. And I think it's Vegas now. The crowd's back, everything else, man. So it really depends. Sometimes you come out and you're wrecked. Your legs are done. You can't really, you know what I mean? And you just have a few beers by yourself and sit in the room and think why you even fight. But it depends, man. Depending on how your body holds up and how you are. Usually I try my best to hit out, even though I'm in any kind of state. But I usually pay for it the next day or two, for sure.
How fun is a night out with Tai Tuivasa after a fight? Is it as good as it looks?
Fun's my middle name, bro. Yeah, always fun.
Who's the if you're going to go on a night out with anyone from the UFC, who would you choose?
Well, I want to go with Connor. Heard I want to see how he goes.
Perfect chance, right?
Yeah, why not? Let's do
it. I bet when you two are out, you'll be easy to find on the strip. You'll be able to track him down, yeah?
Well, yeah, he's pretty noticeable these days. He's got a few security with him.
I bet you're pretty easy to find on a night out as well, right? Be hard to miss.
I'm with the people's bar stand in the crowd.
That's right. Look, you have got this reputation amongst the fans of being a really fun guy. I think if fans were drawing up a list of who's the fighter you'd want to go out for a beer with, you would be right at the top. Is that important to you that we get to see that part of your personality? And is it nice to see just how well received it is by the fans?
Well, to be honest, it's just me, you know what I mean? And it's kind of who I am and where I'm from. I'm not from much. I'm from from a hard place filled with hard times. So I'm a normal guy, man. I'm just, the only thing is I get to showcase what I do in front of the world. And fighting is what I've done my whole life, unless one time I used to get in trouble for it, you know what I mean? And this time I've changed my life, I've changed my ways. So I haven't changed me as a person. I'm still the same old me. It's just I get to bash people and get paid for it, you know what I mean? So it's I can't be any other type of way, really. It makes me kind of feel weird if I'm any type of way, other different way. I'm just the same as any other bloke. I'm just a normal guy. I just can throw hands better than some people. That's about it. Other than that, we all breathe and bleed the same.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you say that, but not everybody is able to just be themselves. I suppose it sounds straightforward, doesn't it? Just be yourself, but it's not easy. You've got to deal with people like me. You've never met me, other side of the world, asking you questions, and you just get to be, yourself. Not everyone would do that. A lot of people would put on an act or would have some answers. They just kind of reel out whatever they're going to say. It's not easy to do, is it?
I've kind of accepted who I am. I kind of accepted who I was a long, long time ago, you know what I mean? And I think that's probably one of my greatest things, is I'm me, and I don't give a what anyone thinks. Like, you love me or hate me. Most people love me, but you can hate me as well. Just to make sure you say it to my face.
Do you think that that helps you in fighting because you're so comfortable in your own skin? And I'm not sure what a fighter would have to do to rattle you. How would you do that with someone who's this confident in themselves?
Well, that's what fighting is about. Fighting is you get in a ring by yourself. You don't have anyone there to help you, and when you get down, you need to get back up. That's the whole thing. And I'm fine with myself. I've accepted who I am. I know who I am. And one thing I know I'm good at is fighting. And a fight to me is it's like, man, this guy's trying to hurt me. This guy's trying to take food off my son's plate. You know what I mean? And I don't take them two kind of things very lightly. So it's going to be a hard time if you do trying to take that off my plate. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to let you just take it. I'm going to fight for it.
Go on then. You say you know who you are. Here's a cringy question for you. Try and sum up who Tai Tuivasa is in 3 words.
Real, fun, good looking.
Mate, not arguing with any of them. Should we talk fighting?
Let's talk it.
Okay, mate. Do you know what I love about this fight with Greg Hardy coming up on Saturday? Is that it's going to answer like a pub rhetorical question, like, you know, what would happen if the hardest bloke from this sport fought the hardest bloke from this sport? What we've got here, you know, used to play rugby league. Greg used to play American football. We're going to find out what happens when you throw 2 blokes from those sports together and they train a little bit along the way as well, right?
Let's do it. I'm here to represent my side of the world. If that's what they want to put it on, football versus football, well then let's do it. We'll separate the pads from the no pads.
I just want to quickly, if I can, get in the mindset of a heavyweight like yourself. So when you see someone like a Greg Hardy or Andrei Arlovski, Stefan Struve, one of these big, for me, scary looking blokes that you've got to fight, do you look at him and see that and have to remind yourself, I'm one of these giants as well? Or is it just natural? Are you just seeing just a fella in front of you coming for a fight?
They breathe and bleed just like me and you. They're the same. They ain't different to us. They ain't different at all. No one's different. Everyone's the same. Some people can just do some things better than others. That's it.
Yeah, true. What have you made of Greg Hardy and his UFC career so far? He looked good on his last fight.
I feel Greg Hardy's one of the people that he doesn't really know himself. You know
Interesting.
what I mean?
Go on.
He's a bit of a weird fella, you know what I mean? He does like I don't know if I think maybe he's trying to fight just to hold a persona or something like that. But like I've said in my past interviews, he's made it to the top of 2 of the hardest sports in the world, and that you can't take away from him. That is some of the biggest achievements anyone can achieve. But this fighting business, this fighting right here, and talking about breaking faces and whatever else, that's what I do. So, like, let's do it. So,
what he has shown, I suppose, he's shown a lot of bottle, hasn't he? You know, he's come out to this sport within 2 years of doing MMA. He's out in Russia fighting Volkov. Didn't go his way, of course, but it shows he's got some heart, right?
Oh yeah, he's definitely got some heart. He's in there competing, and that is what an athlete is. He's an athlete, and he's competing as a fighter. And I'm not taking any of that away from him. But at the end of the day, this is our job, and this is what we do. And the way he's going about stuff and talking about me, and I'm sweet. I'm fine with that. Just make sure you back it up on the night, because I will. I'll hold my end of the deal. That's for sure.
So we've already established that sort of talk isn't going to really rattle you and get in your head in a negative way. But does it get you going a little bit more?
It's all the same. But once they lock that cage door, it's war. And he's the Prince of War, apparently. So let's do it.
That is a good nickname, though, right? Whether you think it's fitting or not, Prince of War's got a nice ring to it.
You gotta be the Prince of War to be you gotta be for a few wars first.
I want to know a little bit more about who Tai Tuivasa is in 2021. So you had these 3 defeats and you've come back with 2 wins, especially the fight against Struve. You look fantastic in that one. What did you learn from those defeats that have kind of set you up for the get back, for the bounce back, to make you are who you are today?
Just had to work on me, get back in line with myself, which I have to do every few years. You know what I mean? And I think everyone has to kind of be on. And like I said, it comes with knowing me, knowing myself. I had to look at myself in the mirror and try and figure out some things that were going wrong outside of the cage. And once I fixed a few of them things up, worked on myself, you know, I got back in touch, and I had to think why I want to do this. Why, you know, do I want to, like, I'm in this to fight, you know what I mean? And I kind of just had to get back to that and get back to basics and just think about fighting. I was kind of had my head all over the place, you know what I mean? I was just coming up into this thing and then kind of shot up out of nowhere. And then, you know, it's a lot. And it was just, I kind of lost myself. And that's fine. That's what happens to people. It happens. It's a normal thing. Everyone loses themselves. You got to make sure you you know when you're losing yourself a little bit and pull yourself back. You know what I mean? That's kind of what.
We haven't got to get into kind of like personal details here, but how did you do that? How did you kind of re-find yourself?
I had to be honest with some relationships that I was in, some relationships around me. Had to, you know, think about, are they worth having around? Should I cut? Should I do this? Just things like that. You know, nothing. It's not science. It's not. You know, it's not hard to do. You just got to be honest. Yeah. And honesty is a big thing in me. So I had to be honest with myself and had to become a better father and think about things like that and focusing on fighting and worrying about fighting, and that making that my number one thought was really just got me back in and really think about where I want to be in the next few years.
What when you look at the heavyweight division, how far away do you think you are from kind of making a real run at, say, the top 15, top 10 here? Because we look at what Cyril's done, for example. You know, he kind of came out of nowhere for a lot of us, put a great few wins back to back, and he's right there. It feels like, you know, Greg Hardy's got a name. You know, he's got a real name there. And if you can come through this one, maybe it's going to set you up for something even bigger. How far away do you think you are from those kind of bigger fights?
I still think I'm a bit away. I think in the MMA side of things, I've still got a lot to learn and, you know, get used to. But I'm still young. I reckon I'm 28 years old. I've been in the UFC for 4 years already. I'm learning. I'm only getting better. I reckon in the next 2 years, I could be having a run for the top. And that's... But right now, I'm a prize fighter. I like to fight for my family, fight for my money. And Greg Hardy's the only person I'm really thinking about at the moment. But having a run for that top 15 and becoming the champ is definitely on. That's why we do this. You know what I mean? We all want to do this for recognition and to be the best. So it's in my sights, of course, 100%. But I'm not as crazy as other people when they think about it and wake up and. I'm not really all about it like that. I'm having the time of my life and I'm doing what I love. I get to wake up and train and punch lips. I'm doing what I love and I'm enjoying it.
So you know what's better about Tai Tuivasa in 2021 compared to, let's say, 2019. What do you need to be better at? What level do you need to get at to be ready for these title fights in, let's say, 2 years' time?
Well, that was my last camp back home just because what's going on in the world and whatever else and blah, blah, blah. But it was good to be home with my son this time and spend some time with him and train. But yeah, I've made the decision that I'll be back to America for all my camps and under Harv and DC. And I think that's where I need to be to get myself to that next level and just be under supervision with these guys. You know what I mean? These guys have done it. These guys are the best. I've got a real good relationship with DC, and I want him to help me take me to the next level. He's done it before, you know what I mean? So they're the guys that I want to be around and I want to learn off and, you know, work my way up there. But you know, I'm not in a rush, bro. I'm in this for a good time and a long time.
Last 2 bits. Predictions. How's your fight going to go? And how's McGregor Poirier going to go as well?
someone's going down in my fight, and like I said, I don't reckon it's me. So there's my pick. The main event, fan of both guys, really like. I like both guys. I really love McGregor. I've always loved McGregor. I love his banter. I love his attitude and all that. I love what he's done for the sport, to be honest. You know, without him, he's kind of made UFC, I suppose. But I'm going to go McGregor for this, just to keep the Mac alive. You know what I mean? Keep that legacy going, and hopefully, it'll be something worth, you know, watching him go again for the title, and to be alive and be present to watch it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, man, that'll be worth seeing. Your fight Saturday night, that's going to be worth seeing as well. Tai Tuivasa, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Go well on Saturday night. Good luck in the fight, and go well on the nightlife afterwards as well. Look after yourself. Don't go missing, eh?
Yeah, I might go missing for a couple of days. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me.